There's much talk online, especially among Bernie Sanders supporters, about whether Joe Biden is in cognitive decline, whether he has dementia, why he's so incoherent. Now, I'm no doctor, I'm not going to make a medical diagnosis, apart from to say that in terms of his speech and his memory, there's clearly undeniably been a lot of decline in recent years.
My name's Joe Biden, I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate.
But today, forget the weird stuff that Biden says that doesn't make any sense.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
Forget all of that though, and focus on his falsehoods. The fact that he just makes stuff up, that he does seem to be a fabulist. Here are just 5 examples. Number 1, his arrest in apartheid South Africa. The former vice president said 3 times during the month of February alone that he got arrested trying to see Nelson Mandela in prison.
I had the great honor of meeting him. I had the great honor of being arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto trying to get to see him on Robben Island.
Except it's a lie. Biden himself was forced to fess up on CNN.
When I said arrested, I meant I was not able to move. Cops, upper counters would not let me go with them, made me stay where I was. I guess I wasn't arrested, I was stopped.
Finally, you all know that Biden had to quit his 1988 campaign after he was caught plagiarizing parts of his stump speech. But Biden also lied about his grades.
I think I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. The first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school and ended up in the bottom 2/3 of my class, and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class.
In fact, he graduated 76th in a law school class of 85 students. Oh dear, pretending that you're smarter than you are and inflating your academic success.
They're in a situation where they in fact pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%, or 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 million, billion dollars, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. With dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President. You and your team have said you had a bad night, but your friend Nancy Pelosi actually framed the question that I think is on the minds of millions of Americans. Was this a bad episode or the sign of a more serious condition?
It was a bad episode. No indication of any serious condition. I was exhausted. I didn't listen to my instincts in terms.
But it seemed like you were having trouble from the first question in, even before he spoke.
Well, I just had a bad night.
Is about your personal situation. Do you dispute that there have been more lapses, especially in the last several months?
Can I run the 110 flat? No, but I'm still in good shape.
Are you more frail?
No.
I know you spoke.
I'm running again because I think I understand best what has to be done to take this nation to a completely new level. We're on our way. We're on our way. And look, I don't think anybody's more qualified to be president or win this race than me.
You know, the heart of your case against Donald Trump is that he's only out for himself, putting his personal interest ahead of the national interest. How do you respond to critics who say that by staying in the race, you're doing the same thing?
Oh, come on. Well, I don't think those critics know what they're talking about.
Biden has harbored presidential aspirations since becoming a senator at 29, even as tragedy struck with the loss of his wife and daughter and his son's hospitalization. He was determined to be sworn in at the hospital, leaving little time for mourning. Now, despite concerns about his cognitive decline, Biden is firmly ensconced in the White House. Many, including Democrats and the media, have long noted his mental decline. Yet they claimed his faculties magically sharpened in 2020 merely due to their dislike for Trump. It's laughable that journalists and the New York Times editorial board only acknowledge the issue now. Some argue that this situation constitutes elder abuse, but that's not entirely accurate. People with cognitive decline can still have lucid moments, as seen in Biden's recent ABC interview. Confident in his belief that he alone can save democracy and effectively run the country, Biden remains the brash, know-it-all man in his lucid moments, thinking he's far more capable than everyone else.
Thank you very much.
Thus, Democrats, let Joey run. Here's a poem for you. Biden, the Democrat shackle in the 2024 race, a decline in cognition, yet he won't abdicate. A liar, loud and brash, with no shame saying anything, boosting his own fame. A high IQ, 3 degrees, graduating top, his so-called success exaggerated a lot. A man inveterate in deceit, watch and see, a resume inflated shamelessly. For over 50 years, desire burning deep, Air Force One, the raptured crowd a treat. His family protected, his son Hunter safe from truth. He'll never escape. Lucid moments, a belligerent stance. How dare you take this chance? He beat Trump, a victory grand. Hillary, you were not my command. A man on a mission, with a single goal, to be president, remain in control. The media, New York Times, can all go to hell. For the truth, they won't tell. To Maureen Dowd and the rest, he'll never say, your praise in 2020 has led to this day. A man with arrogance, reigning supreme. No one can make him withdraw. That's the theme. Biden, a man who's manufactured his past, a shackle, a burden, lasting too long his cast. Only God can make him leave the race, a divine act. For Biden, this is a fact.
Total initiative relative to what we can do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Well, it's like, we're not going to do that.
You sure?
Well, yeah, I'm sure. Look, I mean, if the Lord Almighty came down and said, Joe, get out of the race, I'd get out of the race. The Lord Almighty's not coming down.